and welcome to the Balearic Yacht Show. I'm Lucy Gardner, and today we are joined in Palma with a panel of experts to talk about cruising the Balearic Islands. So without further ado, let's meet our experts.
Okay, my name is Chisco. I'm the operations manager of Evolution Yatch for 11 years, and I'm really happy to be here to provide my expertise.
Fantastic.
Hi everyone, I'm Chisco Mulet, and I am a sailor. I'm working on a super yacht, 60-meter super yacht, as a chief officer for 5 years now. And well, I'm very excited to be invited here and participate in this virtual yacht show.
My name is León von Ondarza. I'm a maritime lawyer. I have an office here in Palma. I'm working as CEO of this office since '94. I specialize in recreational craft and in all the maritime law regarding the navigation here in the Balearics.
And I am Alessia, and I'm the operational manager of SOS Yacht in Spain. I've been working here since 2015, so now it's quite a while, and I'm also really happy to take part to this panel.
Well, we're so lucky to be in one of the most incredible places in the Mediterranean, if not the world. The Balearic Islands are super special, but there are more than one islands and they are very different. Chisco, tell us a little bit more about them. Yeah,
that's correct, you're right. So the thing is that Balearic Islands, in my opinion, is a must, okay, in the Mediterranean. Due to, we are fortunate to live here in the islands and to share this location with the guests now. So the Balearic Islands, okay, are really different between them because each island offers to tourists, to the guests, different sessions, different offers. For example, Mallorca is the type of island that I can offer to the guest, to the tourist, well, experiences with wine jars. We have amazing landscapes, incredible beaches. For me, the most nicest sunsets.
Incredible sunsets.
Yeah, incredible sunsets. Well, over there in Saforada, you can see amazing ones, yeah. And then if you, for example, want to be not seen, we recommend to go to Menorca. Menorca is also really, really nice island with virgin beaches.
It's known for its nature, isn't it, Menorca, more than any of the other Balearics?
That's correct. Over there, well, Ciutadella, the architecture is amazing. Also the gastronomy. People, well, it's also a must now during the trip. Over there in Menorca, we have the natural port of Maun that is amazing sailing over there. And well, I recommend for sure, no? Then if you want to be seen and perhaps enjoy more the night, the party, we recommend always to go to Ibiza, okay? Because it's a contrast between the two islands. And then we don't have to forget Formentera, because for us it's the European Caribbean, you know?
Yes, tell us a little bit about more Formentera, because many people may have heard of Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, but maybe not Formentera. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Formentera is an amazing place, no? Many of the boats are located normally in Ibiza, and then during the mornings very early, they go to Formentera over there, because it's like, you can find over there virgin beaches practically, no? And the most amazing water you can see from in the Mediterranean, no? Well, in Formentera, over there are really nice restaurants that we talk about it for sure, Muelle de Sal, etc. So it's also a must, an incredible place to be there, to spend all the day, to forget your problems, to enjoy.
Sounds magical.
It is.
And there is lots of nature reserves as well,
right,
natural reserves around the islands, which makes it really special, and it's definitely different from the mainland. Let us know a little bit more about those places if you can. Yeah,
for sure. Those places, they are really, really, really nice. Well, the other experts will talk about the Anchorage, Posidonia, and all that and very important regulations to have in mind over there. But well, for the reserves that you can find over there, it is amazing. The snorkel, swimming. For us, is incredible to share with all of our clients, with all our tourists, these amazing places. No?
And you must welcome so many crew, boats, guests.
Yeah.
You're very much involved in organising what people do when they come to visit us. Who comes to the Balearic Islands? Who is our visitor here?
Well, the thing is that, as I told previously, Balearics is just a must, no? All the boats practically need to visit Balearic Islands, okay, a part of France or Italy, Switzerland. But normally we have clients that they repeat every year because they say that Balearics is just magical for them. Now with the current situation we are living now with COVID, okay, we have some boats with already guests on board, okay, but European guests, but all the non-EU guests that they want to come, practically they are calling us every 2 days, 3 days, asking if there's any change because they want to come. They love Mallorca. They love to stay at Tancor, for example, in the area of Saforalada or in one of these magical places because they want to come. They want to come and continue enjoying all the options that offer Balearics for them. No?
And you talked about cuisine, and of course Spain in general, but especially this part of the world, is so famous for its food, and people come from all over the world to taste it. Where would be your place to visit if you were a foodie? Which island would you go to, or do you have to go and see them all?
Well, the thing is that the 3 islands for foodies is amazing. In my opinion, more, for example, Mallorca and also Menorca, no? Because in Menorca you have the famous caldereta, the lobster, that is really famous, no? And we recommend to all our guests and also our crew that they need to taste them because it's amazing. And also it's very famous, the Mallorquin food, the typical one, okay, you know. So normally we are required, particularly by the 90% of our clients, to provide information about this type of food, no? Because they want to eat the typical ones, Tomet or sopas Mallorquin or something like this, no? The famous tapas, for sure, also. They are very, very famous, as you know, and everybody wants to test them.
And there's lots of places that chefs could buy in the food for a vessel, but also they're incredible places to eat on land. Amazing restaurants and a lot for the luxury client to kind of to do. Lots of places to visit.
That's correct. In regard to restaurants, we are lucky because here in Balearics we have many Michelin restaurant stars. You know, but this is amazing because. Not even, well, for sure, Michelin restaurant star, but also many other restaurants without the Michelin star, they are so really amazing. For example, here in Palma, you can find so amazing restaurants, so good fusion cuisine, etc. And that is really incredible, no?
There's quite a cosmopolitan vibe about Palma in particular, which is different from the other islands. I mean, it is a city.
Yeah, that's correct. And here you can find everything because you can find all type of restaurants, and the different offers you can find here is amazing. We have lists with so many restaurants, and when we have to recommend the good one, it's very difficult for us, no? Because I want to go to all of them and to offer all of them because they are really, really good.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's a huge hub, of course.
Yeah.
Palma, Mallorca especially,
Yeah.
for yachts who spend their summers here, but also their winters.
That's correct. That's correct. And even in regard to restaurants, sometimes during the summer we face many problems. Okay, because they are completely booked. It's amazing, no? It's amazing to find sometimes a table.
Completely not surprising because it is wonderful, and I think that's what we're all here to talk about today. But of course, we've got yachts who live here, stay here with us in the winter, but there's a huge chartering tradition in Mallorca and across the Balearics, and I think it's really important that we touch a little bit on the practicalities of coming to Mallorca and chartering a yacht, and I think Alicia is going to help us with that. Hi, Alicia.
Yes, hi, hello.
So you're an expert in maritime laws, and we can talk about chartering yacht and licensing because it's super important for our captains to know what they need to do when they come to visit us here on the Balearics.
Yes, it really is. Of course, as Cisco was saying, the Balearics are a place to come and visit. And he has listed a lot of, let's say, places of pleasures and so on to visit, but there is a little of paperwork to do before they come here in order to get all the necessary documents in place and to avoid any kind of problems with the authorities. Of course, I'm talking of commercial yachts who come here to perform their charter activity. You may have heard the worst about Spain, about the Spanish authorities, about charter licenses, the time frame that we need. I won't tell you it's not true. Maybe it's not 100% true. Let's say it's not so bad as it is constantly described. It's true that it takes weeks to get a charter license, but the fact is that people don't know or don't imagine that the charter license is the last step of a procedure that all the commercial yachts have to do to get the license at the end. So it does not include the charter license, but people have to know that we have to apply for the VAT number for the owning company or the company managing the charter activity on its behalf. This means identifying the directors, this means getting NIE numbers, and when we have that, we can go ahead applying for the matriculation tax exemption, and then we can get to the charter license. Now, I want to, of course, explain in details all these passages, but this is just to let people know that the license is the last step of the procedure. It's true, it takes weeks to get everything in place, but the truth is also that once it's done, you have it done, you don't have to repeat it each year. So what you have to do from the second year on, it's the renewal of the license. Let's say that the first year, it's the year that really tests the patience of the client, and I would say also our patient and our ability to keep a balance, because of course, they are not willing to wait too much time because they want to come here the day after. So it's really not easy sometimes to manage all that, but we can do it without problems.
So what advice would you give a captain who's wants to come here to the Balearics, bring his clients, bring the crew? What would be your advice to a captain?
There is one advice I would never get tired to give to everyone: start in time. Though if you plan to charter in the Balearics and you're sure of it, or if you're not sure yet, get all the documents ready. So when you will have, when the season will begin, you will already have everything that you need.
So you said do it in time. What's the best time frame for a captain or a vessel to apply for these documents before they arrive? In an ideal world,
well, I'd say that, for example, at the beginning of the year to be... No, let's say it takes, it depends. It can take 6 weeks, it can take a little bit more, sometimes it takes less. I would say that when they are in February, March, they really have to think about it. It's not what I want to underline, it's that it's not a complex, it's not a complicated procedure. It's just a lot of paperwork, but it's doable, and if we submit all the documents the authorities require, there is no issue and we get the license. So it's not something impossible. No, it's doable, absolutely, absolutely. We just take a little bit of patience, of time, and paperwork.
Yes, patience, it seems like you need lots of.
Yes, we need a lot of, and I think Leon can confirm it too, that it takes.
I do.
So how many new, I'm sure that you're granting and helping vessels acquire their licenses lots and lots every year. Have you been busy this year?
Yes, and I didn't expect that. I thought this year would be a little bit, let's say, not as strange as last year, of course, due to this pandemic situation. But I didn't think that people would have, how to say, willing and wanting to come and charter. And surprisingly, they are. And I'm talking also with colleagues and so on, and we are all very surprised because we have a lot of requests. People want to come, people want to have fun, people want to relax and maybe don't think about the year that we all have had. So
Very
we're
good
really happy
news.
about the year that is going to be, yes.
Yeah, very good news for the Balearics and great news for yachting and just everyone as a whole. Know that people are going on a holiday
Yes.
and going to visit us, and tourists are still coming to see us is only good news. In fact, actually, I think it's about time that we talked a little bit about itineraries, because we do have a navigator with us here on the panel. Chisco, you are Chief Officer of Motor Yacht Biol, a 60-metre motor yacht, and you know these islands very, very well.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about, from a navigator's perspective, where would you go if you were going to take guests on a 7-day, perhaps, itinerary around the Balearic Islands?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say that apart from being a local, I'm a lover. I'm in love with these islands. And I've sailed these past years across the Mediterranean. And every time when I come back, I say, okay, there's nothing like this. So it's, I'm sorry for the other countries, but this is the gem of the Mediterranean. There's no doubt. And so it has to be treated as such, as a paradise. So we have to follow all the regulations and be updated with them and comply. And about where I would go, I mean, I'm local. I still don't know all the spots I would like to know. So
That's brilliant. So even though you've lived here, this is your place of birth, this is your home, you still don't feel like you've explored all the places there is to go.
So
that's amazing.
I would spend the whole year here, but if I have to sum it up into 14 days, I would first start in Palma, because we have the international airport, and then we can board the vessel there and spend the day in the city, and then go straight to Ibiza, 70 miles. Then of course, if you are into the party, just enjoy that, because I think there's a lot to enjoy there. And after that, I would sail 10 miles to Formentera, either Illetas or the west, the east part. It depends on the weather. And also following, because there is an assistance to the anchorage. So you call the guys, and they will help you to drop your anchor wherever it's best, and it's according to the regulations and the environment, protecting the environment. And then I would sail north to Sant Antoni, around 30 miles, 20-30 miles, and enjoy the views of the Esvedra, which is a very mystic island, and then enjoy at San Antonio the sunset.
They're famous, aren't they?
Yeah.
The sunsets in San Antonio, worldwide famous.
Yes, absolutely. After that, I would go back to Mallorca, around 70 miles more, and visit Andratx and Sa Dragonera, which is absolutely special as well.
So Dragonera is important because it's a nature reserve.
It's
correct?
a natural reserve, and it has a history as well that it's good to know. And then I would sail to Sa Foradada, around 20 more miles, enjoy their bath, and then maybe have dinner at Soller, which is also worth seeing, absolutely. And you will see that the north coast of Mallorca, it's something absolutely incredible with this landscape, with all the mountains and all that stuff. And then I would finally go to Formentor, Cala Sant Vicenç, 20 more miles of sailing, and also you will see how the vegetation changes there. So it looks like that there is no Mallorca anymore, but it's amazing. And then when jumping to Menorca, about 35-40 more miles, crossing, I would go to Ciutadella, it's amazing to see as well. And if you go in June, maybe you catch the folklore parties there and celebrations.
I have to admit, even though I live here, I haven't been to Menorca, so I'm kind of embarrassed to admit it. So I love to know a little bit more about the Menorca sailing, because it's more off the beaten path, isn't it? Not everyone goes there. Lots of people come to these islands and go to Mallorca, go to Ibiza, but they miss often Menorca. They shouldn't, should they? It's an incredible place,
It's a must,
I've heard.
yes. The vegetation changes as well, and the way of living as well is more calm, and it's another system, let's say. And you can enjoy all the cheese they have and they made. It's amazing. And then from Ciutadella, it depends on the weather, because the north coast of Menorca is known for its winds and tramontanas. If the weather allows, I would sail north to 20 miles, around 20 miles to Fornells, Cala Fornells. If not, I would go 30 miles from the south, on the south coast of Menorca, to Binibeca. Those places are absolutely worth visiting. For example, the north coast of Menorca is like something from another world. It's like you are in the moon or something. It's amazing. And then in the south, there you have probably the most beautiful coves that are in the Balearics. So it's worth exploring each and every one of them. And then you get finally to Mahón, which is the most impressive harbor to sail in, because if you go in, you sail probably 20 minutes slowly, and you can watch all that stuff, and it's amazing to see. After visiting Mahón, I would go straight to Mondragó, 70 miles of sailing back to Mallorca, Mondragón, the southeast coast, which is actually the background picture of our colleague here, and it's Mondragó. It's amazing. And then next to it, it's Porto Petro, a small fishing village, which is also worth visiting with its good restaurants and all that stuff. And after Mondragó, I would go to Cabrera, 20 more miles, the biggest national park we have here, to take a swim. It is not possible to anchor there. You can take a buoy up to 35 meters in length, but from there onwards, you have to ask for the permission to sail into that waters, and you just stay adrift, drop your tender, and enjoy the archipelago. And then after that, I would go to Estrenc, 10 more miles, and an amazing sandy beach, no problem to find sand to drop your anchor and enjoy that beautiful place. And then I will go back to Palma and finish the charter period, and maybe spend another day in Palma, because it's worth it as well before leaving the boat.
Sounds incredible. Just out of interest, guys, and this is a little bit off, but do you all have favourite places? I mean, we've heard so many of yours, but is there a favourite place? If you had to pick one place to spend an afternoon in the Balearics, where would you go?
Well, I love Menorca.
You love Menorca?
Menorca, Ciutadella. I love the city. Is amazing because it's an amazing place. The architecture. There are many palaces that you can also visit. The gastronomy, I love it. The beaches in Menorca, for me, they are like beaching ones. And if you go to this time of the year, there are not so many people, and perhaps you are lucky and you can stay alone at the beach. That is incredible.
I think that's actually a really important point about the Balearics. We've got a really long season. We've got fantastic weather here from the spring all the way through. I mean, we still get guests here at Christmas for sure. Not very many, but still the weather's warm enough.
October, November for sure.
This is something that everybody should know. I mean, there is not only the summer season. Here we can enjoy our coasts and our beaches almost all year long, because we have.
Yeah, and especially with Palma, you've got a city sense. It doesn't close down completely in the winter. There's definitely winter cruising available. And how about you, Leon? Where's your favourite place to spend an afternoon? If you have to choose just one.
Just one?
Yeah, just one.
Maybe the one I spend in summers is Cala Fornells, but in Mallorca.
Okay.
Because Mallorca is Fornells and we have Cala Fornells.
Why is that your favourite?
This is for me the favourite.
Yeah, but why do you love it so much?
Because it's the place where I was since I was a child, every summer.
Oh, wow.
So I know perfectly the coast, I know everything.
So you're the expert of Californias. If you needed to know, you're the one to ask.
Definitely.
And Alicia, how about you? Where's your favourite place to visit?
Well, actually, all the calas on the east coast of Mallorca are one more beautiful than the others, but I have a favorite one that it's Cala Anguila, that it's a very small one. And usually there are not so many people, not even in summer. So if I manage to wake up quite early, I usually am there already, I don't know, Sunday morning at 8:30, and it's just me and other few people, and I really enjoy it.
Well, we won't want to tell too many people about that one, otherwise you won't be there on your own anymore. But moving on just briefly from the fantastic, thank you so much, Chisco, for letting us know all about the itineraries. But I think since we did talk about natural parks, and we are going to talk about the Posidonia, I'd really like to go to you, Leon. For those who don't know about the Posidonia, our underwater seagrass meadows are famous and have also caused some difficulties for sailors in the last couple of years. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about it?
Of course. And just because of my part, the most serious part of this speech, let me tell you that just for your information, in 1 month I will be in Formentera, spending just the weekend. Okay, talking about anchoring, we know that it is forbidden anchor on the Posidonia, general, because it's not a local level, at international level. Our Maritime Navigation Act from 2014 says, talking about anchoring, that the right to navigate includes the freedom of anchoring for ships and recreational craft. That means not only under 24 meters, also over 24 meters. Important that there are recreational crafts. And of course, the limits or the bathing area limits, it is forbidden to make anchoring there, or on the Posidonia, as I said before, and also it's important to ensure safety of the life and the environment. Having this law, it's important to know that on the 2018, Balearic government issued this law protecting the Posidonia. Two ideas about this law. One is, or decree, that the plan was already protected. It was not really necessary a local law about the Posidonia, but it doesn't matter. And the second point is this law, or all the associations regarding or related to the navigation and the recreational craft were against this law, because the law talks only or nearly only about anchoring, as saying that the damage of the Posidonia is only caused by the boats, which is not true, of course, we know that. Therefore, the associations appeal this decree before the Superior Court in Balearics, and the 21st of April, this month ago, was the judgment, the resolution of this proceeding, and the court has accepted partially our appeal, which is important, of course. There are several points, and regarding the fact of anchoring and talking about infringement or damages, the law was talking about a general infringement, which is that they said anything against this decree has to be considered an infringement, which is not true. Or the court says this is not valid, because it's important for all the citizens know really clear what are you doing, if what you are doing is correct or not. Just an example, when the law, this decree says any infringement of this decree is against the law, means that, for instance, the Council of the Balearic government needs to make meetings every 6 months. If they don't do these meetings periodically, every 6 months, that would be also against the law, which is stupid because it's against them. So that's the reason that why the court here in Palma said this is not valid, so this is null and void. And the other thing that stays very clear, this resolution, is that this decree wants to protect the Posidonia, but at the end protects partially. Why? Because they are talking only, as I said, the anchoring of the boats. But they're saying nothing about dumping of dirty water or the water from the desalination plants, which are worse than the anchorage. And the third point which I wanted to talk here is, for instance, Foradada. You and the both Chiscos were talking about Foradada, which is a really nice place.
Northwest coast.
Yes. The point regarding this decree and the resolution of the court insists in this point is that is a local law. And when it's a local law, the Balearic government can only regulate what belongs to the Balearic. And what belongs to Balearic? The land and the inland waters, not more. Inland water means the water between the coast and the line base.
And the baseline. If something falls out of the baseline, it's longer.
It's not Balearic.
It's not longer
Or
Balearics.
are not interior waters. And there are some spots around the Balearics that this decree is saying that it is forbidden to anchor, but there are places where there are no inland waters. And one of those is Foradada.
This must be hugely confusing if you're a captain, and since that it's just changed the law, how would you suggest that people find out where they can anchor and where they cannot anchor their vessels?
Alice, we are waiting, it is already a general map of the Balearic.
Yes, it is in
talking about the regulation.
IDEIP.es, I think you can find. We can put them the direction to our viewers later on. It displays a map, a live map, and then you can scroll everywhere in the islands you want.
Correct.
Look for where the meadows are.
That's great. I was actually speaking with a captain yesterday who asked me specifically to ask that question of you guys today, and said that there's perhaps an app as well that can be used.
Yes, there is an app.
Yeah.
That's correct.
They have developed an app.
But it is important also to know that a lot of places where the Balearic government is regulating the anchorage, they are saying, according to this decree, they say when there is a meadows of Posidonia, and then sand, and then again Posidonia, it is also forbidden anchor between the two places of Posidonia. And the resolution of the court is saying this is not forbidden, or this is not an infringement, because you need to damage the plant to consider infringement. That's the reason that if we look all these spots, all the maps, maybe we will find some places that are Posidonia, sand and Posidonia, and it is not forbidden if you are anchoring on the Posidonia, on the sand, not on the Posidonia. So, to the captains, just look very carefully where is the sand or where are the rocks.
Well, you have heard it first. That is an absolute definitive about the change in the law of Posidonia. And I know everybody has been talking about this. It's such an important point. So thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Leon. And actually, we don't just have to go anchor our wonderful islands. We're lucky enough to have lots of wonderful marina facilities for boats to come and stay with us. I know lots of you guys know about marinas. We'll start with Chisco from Evo. Tell us a little bit about the marinas here, the marinas that your clients tend to use on Mallorca and beyond.
In Balearics in general, we have amazing marinas. For example, here in Palma de Mallorca, there are here in Palma, many of them. All of them are really, really good, amazing facilities.
And we can take large vessels here.
Yeah.
And there's space for big boats.
For example, now I talked this morning to the manager, because they are renovating the marina, and they are doing the key number 8, where they will be allowed to get boats until 170 meters lower.
Wow.
This is amazing, and we need it, because here in Mallorca we don't have so much boats available for this type of law,
Yeah, there has been a lot of competition in marinas in general in the last few years. I mean, some fantastic facilities and infrastructure.
Yeah, very good.
So, but now in Mallorca we're seeing huge updates at the Club de Mar and beyond. And of course we have Port Adriano.
Yeah, Port Adriano,
Yeah.
Portals is also a really nice one. For summer also. Portals is a must, no?
Yes.
To be over there. Facilities are really nice. But for captains, I think they are lucky here in Mallorca. to find very good spots, good facilities, and in Marina you find very professional people that takes care about it for sure.
The islands are very well prepared for either for the yachts and for its crew. I mean, the crew can live here all year long and have a very good time. And as I told you before, there are few places better than this one to live. I mean, no more.
We have a huge year-round crew population in Mallorca, and I'm sure the facilities in Ibiza as well are good.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. In Ibiza, for example, you have the most demanded Marina Ibiza, where the famous Leo Club is over there. Everybody wants always a spot over there. Sometimes it's very difficult to find it, you know, because also during the season they are overloaded and they are completely booked. Okay. For example, in Formentera, this really small marina, only just for locals, for very small boats. And then if we move to Menorca, you have Mount ports, okay, that they have very nice ones, marinas. In Mount, you have the opportunity, and this is good also, depends of the law of the boat, you are allowed to proceed to the commercial dock. That is next to Mount City. That's also a really good option for your boats. But in general, we are lucky. We are lucky here in Balearics because all of them are really prepared and offering to captains boats very good service.
And that's really important, isn't it, if you are coming here to cruise, that you do have all of the services that you need to make sure that your vessel is not only working correctly and in good order, but also the provisions that you need to be able to look after your guests.
And also what Cisco said, no? Also Balearics, more especially Mallorca, for wintering, for the winter, is also really good. To have some amazing shipyards, no? And I think crew is really happy to spend the winter here in Mallorca, no?
World-class services, I think, and of course, as you said, I love the gem of the Mediterranean and absolutely the world.
No doubt.
Yes, absolutely.
No room for doubts.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. The location is also very good, no? International airport.
Almost, I think there are 300 sunny days during the year.
Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, and the plenty state-of-the-art shipyards, plenty of linear meters of berths for yachts, and lots of places to hang out with other crew members and stay here, live here.
And some amazing sports as well, just to touch on, but incredible. I mean, if you like to sail sailing boats, you also have great wind, great tradition of sailing boats here, and under the water as well. If you dive, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Incredible. Did some snorkeling the other day, and it's so beautiful. Amazing waters.
Yes, because Balearics gives to the different clients the different options, no? And I think that Balearics adapts to the guests' needs, no? Because they can provide everything, for sure.
Yeah, equally good for families as for party goers, as for people just for the weekend. Let's hope we still get weekend clients coming over this year.
Yes,
Cross our fingers. And of course, we can land guests at international airports, whereas two of them, the Menorca airport is a much smaller airport. But
this is also one, Menorca and Ibiza, but also they receive also private jets, and they work also very good. Yeah.
So you have everything in a small package.
Yeah, and the airport of Mallorca, we have to say, has got amazing connections. So the flights daily are really a lot, and they come from all over the world. It's really easy reachable. It's impressive.
well,
Nothing is missing here, actually.
Well, I don't really think I can say very much more than that. That's a great place for us to round up. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'm sure if you want to come and visit the Balearics, you will find out much more information throughout the Balearic Yacht Show. But thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you all here soon.
Anytime.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.